نسألك في نحور أعدائنا ونعوذ بك من شرورهم. اللهم بدد شملهم وفرق جمعهم وشتت كلماتهم وزلزل أقدامهم وسلط عليهم كلبا من كلابك يا قهار يا جبار يا منتقم يا الله يا الله يا الله. اللهم يا منزل الكتاب يا مجري السحاب يا هازم الأحزاب اهزمهم 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 وانصرنا عليهم.
Oops. Mic check first. Mic check 1, mic check 2, mic check 3. I guess it should be working. Yeah. And yeah, now I show up. All right. So let me see now. Okay, so yeah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, brothers and sisters in Islam. Welcome to your favorite Muslim apologist, the Muslim apologist, and I'm your host, MENJ, right? So I hope that you can hear me loud and clear. I would presume that you could, all right? So wow, there's actually 2 people watching this live stream now. Amazing. Right, so I've announced it a day earlier this time, so I'm hoping that there will be more people coming in later on. So yeah, this is my live Q&A session, something that I was doing for the past several months before I had to put it on hold for last month. So alhamdulillah, I think today decided to resume it, but I'm not sure whether I can continue this next week or the following week because I will be a bit busy. So perhaps we can do this perhaps maybe once or only twice a month. Okay, so yeah, things are a bit hectic for me, you know, because over the weekend I usually have some work going on, not just my office work but personal work as well, because I'm looking into monetizing some web assets, so to speak. So yeah, before I continue, of course, as usual, cue in intro. So yes, we are back again, and yeah, I think it's good to be back. It's good to be doing this live Q&A session after a very long hiatus, and I really hope that there will be people coming in, and I hope that I won't be dragging the live stream too long though, because you know I'm not Ramsey. I can't be sitting here for 6 hours and just doing the live stream, because I have, you know, I mean, I have other things, other work commitments as well. But yeah, I'm hoping that, you know, I could at least run it for at least 3 hours or 4 hours tops. All right. I think 4 hours is fair enough, right? So I'm going to read some of the comments. I think some people have been commenting since last night, my time. All right. Um, but the HK, mashallah, I think this was from yesterday when I set up the live stream. And then brother Poya, yeah. And then go Aki go, he says. All right. So brother Nef Hus is here. Waalaikum salam warahmatullah. Brother Siko is here as well. Waalaikum salam warahmatullah. Brother Siko says it's 2:20 a.m. I believe that you're in the UK, right, brother? And brother Nev who says it's 1:20 a.m. UK as well. Oh, okay, that's interesting. All right. Sister Nini is here. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi. Oh, bangun pagi, awal pagi ya. Pagi benar. So yeah, it's by the way, it's 8:23 a.m. Malaysian time here. All right. So oh, but the Siko says he moved to Poland. Poland? Why Poland? That's an interesting place of choice. East Europe, isn't it? Okay, Eastern Europe. Sorry. Okay, that's interesting. Poland. I've always wanted to go to Poland and take a look at the country. Have a look around the scene and so on. And yeah, speaking about Poland, do you know that there are native Muslims in Poland? Yeah, this is something that I actually discovered about last week. Actually, I discovered last week that there are actually native Polish Muslims. I mean, they speak Polish. They behave like Polish, like the Poles. They do speak, walk, talk, dress like Poles, but they are native Muslims. Yeah, okay. And they have been Muslims for generations. For generations, all right. Not they are not reverts. They are actually born Muslims in Poland. They have been living there for generations. Okay, so there are Polish Muslims. Okay, so that's something that I actually discovered last week. So after I saw that there's a documentary on online on that. Actually, I think Aki, if you have the time, if you do have the, I mean, if you feel that you can spare time on that, maybe perhaps you could take a look, visit them and have a look and meet them and greet them, inshallah. Yes, yeah. Oh, okay. I think brother Siko has just answered. Yep, yeah, the Tatars. Yes, the Polish Tatars. Yeah, that's right. They are born Muslims. Mashallah, it's amazing. When I saw that documentary, I was amazed because I did not know. Honestly, I did not know that there were born Muslims in Poland who are native to Poland and have been Muslim for generations, probably even as old as the Muslims here in Southeast Asia. Is that amazing? Okay, so that's something new to me, honestly, because I had thought that Muslims I know there are, of course, I know that there are Muslims in Eastern Europe, but I thought that they were just recent reverts or those who immigrated from from other countries like Bangladesh or India or the Middle East or Algeria or Tunisia, etc. Or the Balkans. So when I saw that documentary about the Muslims in Poland who are of Tatar descent, born Muslims, native Muslim, Polish Muslims. Wow, that blew my mind. Yeah, that blew my mind. Tatars from where? They are born Muslims they are Tatar ethnically, but they are born Polish Muslims. Yeah, they are born Muslims in Poland, and they speak, walk, dress, talk like Poland's, like the Polish people. Okay, their native language is Polish, and they are Muslims. Okay, ethnically they are Tatars, of course. Okay, but they identify themselves as, of course, Poles because they are Polish. Okay, they are native Poles. Okay, so yeah, mashallah. So it's amazing, right? How Muslims are have survived everywhere. I mean we have Muslims everywhere, almost every single nook and cranny. Okay, it's exactly as how Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has prophesied that Islam will spread all over the world. Okay, however Muslims, although Muslims will be numerous in number, will be weak. will be weak in a sense that the enemies will come from left, from the east and the west and the north and the south, like wolves after a plate of food. Right? I'm pretty sure some of you would know this hadith. So then the Sahabas asked, when the Prophet ﷺ described the situation of the Muslims, then the Sahaba thought that the Muslims were weak in the sense that they were less in number. But then the Prophet said, no, the Muslims are numerous, but they have been afflicted by a disease called Ahwan. So then the Sahaba asked, what is Al-Wahan? So the Prophet answered, Al-Wahan is the love of life and the fear of death. So unfortunately, this is what we are experiencing now. You look at our leaders, I don't even have to rant about it. I mean, just look at Palestine now, subhanallah. It's so sad to see what's happening now in Palestine. And yeah, of course, I think I've pretty much have made that clear. I am a staunch Palestinian supporter, not simply because they are Muslims, but because of the cause that they are fighting for, which is to preserve their land and their way of life. Okay, if Palestinians were Christians, I think I would still support their cause, because their cause is just, is universal. It transcends religion. Okay, of course, because that they are Muslims, it is even closer to our hearts. And as Jake, the Muslim metaphysician, said in one of his more recent videos, he said, Palestine is a red line that no one should ever cross for Muslims, right? Because he was responding to that old man from Canada. I don't think I have to mention his name. So that old man of Canada, he recently came out with a video saying that he's pro-Muslim, not anti-Tab. So brother Jake, the Muslim metaphysician, was responding to that. So in that particular video that old man from Canada had uploaded, he said that he was for he said that those who supported Palestine are those who pro-Tab. That's pretty much what he's implying. Okay, and let's not forget his awful tweet, his horrible tweet that he sent out to Shaitan Yahoo. Yeah, may Allah curse and give luck now upon this bastard Benjamin Netanyahu, Shaitan Yahoo. Yeah, may Allah curse him, blot his name from memory. And what he tweeted, and this old man from Canada, he said, give them hell. Yeah, meaning give the Palestinians hell. So how else are we supposed to interpret it unless is to give sanction to Shaitan Yahoo to couple bomb the whole of Gaza? And that is exactly what Shaitan Yahoo is doing now, right? So of course we sympathize and we want to really help the Palestinians, but we can only do that with our dua, our prayers, and of course our money donations, inshallah. I wish we could do more than that, but that's something that it's not possible at this time, right? So anyways, yeah, so the Q&A is open, the live session is open. The link is at the top of the comment section. You can scroll up and see. I've already posted that last night along with this live stream before, when the scheduled live stream when I first set it up. So if anyone wants to join in, yes, you're most welcome to. Whether you're Muslim or non-Muslim, go ahead. You can click on that. It's an open session, live session. You can ask anything you want. We can talk about anything you want. So yeah, I'm just waiting for someone who's brave enough to come here. Okay, so yeah, so in the meantime, yeah, I'm just going to wait for a while and see whether anyone wants to join in. All right, the link's at the top. All right. Let me see now. I'm just going to read some of the news here. The Malaysian news here. 6 people has joined the comments. Subhanallah. All right, that's awesome. Tatas from where? They're from Poland. They have always been in Poland. Yeah, I think Sister Nini, you are asking about the the Polish Muslims, right? So let me see now. Let me share my screen. I'm going to just show some breaking news from Malaysia because yeah, so there's some news about. I won't read the. You can see how Malaysians are supportive. This, especially this is an op-ed piece. This is our Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim. I haven't read the news yet. I'm going to see what he has to say. Since yes, I'm still waiting for people to come in, so I'll just read the news, read the Malaysian news, okay? Because I'm aware that the Western media may be biased in this. So let's read the news, the Malaysian news, right? Let's read the Malaysian news. Okay. Mm. No, they're not Russians. They are Polish. Yeah, they of course they migrated from Russia, but they have always been in Poland for generations. Okay. Okay, I'm going to read the news here. Okay, PM Anwar. Yes. Meaning Dato Sri Anwar. Malaysia aware of the risk in championing Palestinian cause. Okay. Malaysia is aware and expects repercussions from Western countries for championing the Palestinian cause, but we continue to highlight the plight of the Palestinian people at the international stage. Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim said he had no choice in the matter as the Palestinian cause was a humanitarian issue as they have continued to suffer due to oppression and cruelty of the Zionist regime. I mean, the whole world knows this, right? There's no question. Okay, and then blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm not going to read this. Okay, we have our first guest online. Assalamualaikum, sister.
Waalaikumsalam. Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Viva Palestine.
Yes, yes.
Viva
How are
Palestine.
you, sister?
Alhamdulillah.
Viva Palestine, of course. Did you manage to see my intro earlier? I actually played an intro supporting the Palestinians. Yeah.
No, I just
Never
switched
mind.
on.
No. Never mind. You can watch it later after the recording's over. Then you will see the intro, the streaming. Usually my streaming will be live soon. Usually I play a different music. Now today I played a Palestinian one. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish I could play here, but then if I do that, then people will say, is the stream still starting or not? Because it's about it's
Okay.
about announcing that the stream is about to start. You see. Yeah. So what do you want to share with us today? Anything particular on your mind?
Of course, it's about Palestine lah.
Of course. Go ahead.
The resistance in Palestine. So
Yes.
we've been watching all the narratives from the Western side and from our
Yes, we have.
side.
Yes.
So, of course, our hearts are for the Palestinians who are resisting, and our full-fledged support is with them, because we know the truth that the West is trying to hide from us.
Exactly.
And we know about the genocide that the Israelis are doing against the innocent civilians.
Negara, we have a very for the guests here that who are not Malay speaking, we have a very interesting description for Israel. We say Negara Haram Tel Aviv, regime Haram Tel Aviv. That's a very long name for a country. Regime Haram Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
Which means illegal regime of Tel Aviv. Yeah.
Yeah. They have illegally taken the land of Palestinians from the Palestinians.
Yeah.
And they have done it unjustly, and they have done it
Yes.
They have done a lot of union upper.
I mean, they came from Europe. I mean, they're all immigrants from Europe. See, that's the problem. They're all immigrants from Europe. They have no right to the land. Okay, they have no connection to the land at all. Not even by DNA. Okay, I mean, I can't claim that my great grandfather came from Indonesia. Okay, even though I do know that my roots are from Indonesia. I mean, is it? I just want to ask you and those of you in the comments. Let's say me today, because I know that my great grandfather was from Indonesia, or from Java Island specifically. If I were to go to Java Island now, and I try to find the land that my great grandfather used to reside, and then I go to that house and I say, hey, my great-grandfather used to stay here. Can you all please get out? I want to take over the house. Do you think that the owner of the house will allow me to do that? Even though it is true that, I have connections to that land. Do you think that the owner will allow me to do that?
They will shoot you.
Yeah, they will kill me. They will shoot me. They will bomb me. They will shoot me. Exactly as what the Palestinians are doing to the regime. Okay, to the evil regime. Okay, it is a natural human reaction to
Instinct.
those who try. Yeah, it's a total human reaction to those who try to take over the land. Okay, so what right do I have? Even though my great grandfather did come from Indonesia, but what right do I have to go to Indonesia and take over the land there? Is it
Yeah.
just? Is it correct? Is it is it moral to do so? It's not, right? I
No.
mean,
No.
even though I because all connection to the land to Indonesia has now been severed. Okay, I have no right to claim any land in Indonesia, even though my great grandfather used to be there. All right,
Yeah.
you see, right?
It's not
So it's the
just.
same logic.
It's not justice. It's not
It's not justice.
justice.
It's not just. It's not moral. It's not just. It's not ethical. Okay, it's really that simple. And I don't understand how the Western peoples or the media especially could support such a thing, support such an idea. It doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, maybe sister, maybe
Because
you
they're
can
being backed.
give your feedback.
I believe
Yeah, yeah,
we all know that I mean some people don't know, but most of us here know that they are being backed by the small leaders of the Zionist movement
yeah,
in
yeah.
Israel.
That's right. That's right.
So basically
Yes, that's right.
the
That's right.
alleged world police superpower US is supporting them, that's all.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
reason
That's right.
why we are all being fed this narrative that the
Yes,
Palestinians are against the everybody, whereas the
yeah,
reality is the civilians are the victims, and we are talking about
yeah,
Christian Palestinians and we're talking about Muslim
yeah.
Palestinians being bombed
Exactly,
without
exactly.
mercilessly
Yeah.
being
I mean, they just
killed.
bombed a church 2 days ago. A
Yeah.
church. A church.
Mm,
Okay, a church. What I mean, would Hamas or if that's their excuse that the Muslim fighters would be hiding somewhere in that area, why would they even hide in a church? It doesn't make any sense. Why would a Muslim fighter hide in a church? Does that make any sense to you? It doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, would I,
no.
if I were fighting for a religious cause, and would I hide in a building which does not align with my religiosity? Obviously not, right? Doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense. And you bomb the church to smithereens.
Mm.
It's
Collateral
crazy. It's
damage.
really crazy.
They say it's
No,
justified. They say
it's
it's justified
crazy.
because it's
It's
collateral
totally
damage.
it's
In
totally
Islam,
unjustified.
we in Islam we are not allowed to
Yeah,
incur collateral damage at all.
exactly,
It's
exactly,
not a part of
exactly.
our belief.
The
If
way
we
that
wanna,
the way that we Muslims are taught to wage war is totally ethical and moral compared to how
mm,
other the other peoples wage war, and it's totally
yeah. Can you
unethical. So
share with us? Why
yeah,
don't you share
yeah.
with us our engagements method?
Yeah, maybe I will, but before I do that, there's Sister Rahima in the chat. She says Assalamualaikum. So Walaikum Salam wa rahmatullah. So
Walaikum
Sister
salam.
Rahima Abdullah, I think she's in New Zealand right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, yeah. She's a Malaysian residing in New Zealand. Yeah. So Muslim engagement of war. I think I have it here somewhere, but I don't think I can find it online. I'm not really sure if I can. Engagement of war. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah. In Malay
Let me see.
lah. Dalam bahasa Melayu is more accurate.
English is fine.
Ah,
We have an
ada
English
filter.
audience, right? We have
Ah,
an English audience, right? So never mind,
okay.
it's all right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we do it in Malay, then a lot of people will not understand, you see. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see now. Muslim engagement with injustice advisors. I do find this. I'm not sure whether this is pro-Muslim, pro-Islam, but it seems interesting. No, I don't think this is
Aduh.
this is.
Azif.
Let's see now. Let's see now. Let me see now. Let me see now. I don't think I can find rules of engagement. That's Omar Suleiman. Not sure whether whether I should share Omar Suleiman's stuff. Rules for engagement for a Muslim army in war. Okay, there's a lot. Rules of engagement. Rules of engagement. Rules of engagement. Muslims war. Yeah, I think this is okay. Yeah, I think Ion Fit should be fine. Yeah. So let me share this. All right. Present. Share screen. 8 rules of engagement taught by the Prophet. Yeah. So let me share it. Let's see whether it works. Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So 8 rules of engagement taught by the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Yeah. So these are the law. So this is the rules of engagement in Islam, generally speaking. All right. So yeah. As the article says, war is unfortunately an inevitable part of civilization, and at times countries needs to respond to aggression. I mean, this is something which is a fact of life. Okay, we're not living in a world of roses. Okay, we're not living in a bed of roses. There will always be war and aggression and violence and strife against between nations and against nations. Okay, so the world is not perfect. And Islam recognizes this fact. Okay, we are not a religion that would, allow you or allow us to turn the right cheek when we are hit on the left. Okay, we are not that religion. Okay, we are totally. I mean, who would want to do that, right? Nobody's going to turn nobody's going to turn their right cheek and then offer the left. I think only an insane person will do that. All right. So obviously, if you hit me on the left cheek, I'm going to hit you back real hard. Okay. Right. So that's a normal human reaction. But the question is, how hard can I hit you with, or how should I respond? What is the proportionate amount of aggression that I can inflict upon others? That is what I think should be made clear. And this is actually an interesting point, because I think several days ago, but Brother Bassam from I think his name is Bassam Yusof. He was on Piers Morgan's show, and Piers Morgan was asking him what would be a proportionate response by Israel against Gaza. And yeah, Bassam Yusof, he's a comedian, so he was making political jokes about it. But yeah, that is related to what I want to share now, which is basically what would be the proportionate response to aggression that is made against us. So so there's so many of this, right? So I mean, Islam is so clear. Like, for example, Surah Al-Baqarah verse 190: fight in the way of God those who fight you, but do not transgress, for indeed God does not like the transgressor. So basically, if they shoot you with rifles, you don't go and nuke them, right? You can shoot them back with rifles. Okay, so that should be a proportionate response. Okay, if they attack you with bazookas, you attack them with bazookas. You don't go and carpet bomb them and kill everything inside and destroy everything inside. Okay, so again, Quran Surah number 60 verse 8. Sorry. God does not prohibit you from showing kindness and being just with those who do not fight you, nor have driven you out of your homes. Indeed, God loves those who are just. So it is clear here, right, that the Islam tells us to always be just, to always be, kind to those who do not fight you. And you must not have, you definitely do not have the right to carpet bomb those who do not fight you out of existence, okay, because they did not fight you. Okay, so this is actually governing collateral damage, right? And then yes, there is the prohibition of killing women and children. Okay, so if we read Sahih Muslim 4320, Anas ibn Malik reports that the Messenger of God, may peace and blessings be upon him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, forbade the killing of women and children. There's no collateral damage allowed. Okay, so But you know what's happening now in Gaza? There's a lot of collateral damage happening right now in Gaza, right? And then, yes, again, point number 2, killing of non-combatants such as old people, monks, and workers is explicitly forbidden in the Quran. Okay, so yeah, there's so many hadith. So there's from Al-Baihaqi, from Nail al-Auta, from Musnad Ahmad. So these are all the hadiths. Okay, so do not kill any old person. Do not ever kill the people living in towers. Do not kill the workers or wage earners or those who are not fighting you. Okay, so it's so clear that we are not allowed to hurt civilians. We're not allowed to cause collateral damage. Okay, right? Non-combatants, basically, right? And then there's also the prohibition of hurting the disabled and the infirm. Basically, no bombing of hospitals. Okay, so this is from Al-Mughni. The blind, the infirm, and the monks are not to be killed, according to Islamic legal scholars, as they are not from among the combatants, similar to an old person, right? Yeah, so Al-Mughni was written by Ibn Qudama, by the way. Okay, so Al-Mughni is a fiqh manual, okay? So, I mean, it's so clear. So there's so many of this, all right? There's so many of these points, okay, that are being made here, okay? And then, yeah, Islam prohibits the mutilation of dead combatants, all right? And then, yeah, so he says here, fight in the name of God and in the name in the way of God. Do not break your pledge. Do not mutilate the bodies. Do not kill the children, okay? I mean, it's so clear. Muslim combatants are not allowed to mutilate bodies. Muslim combatants are not allowed to kill children, right? So, Sahih Muslim 4294. I mean, there's so many of this, all right? So, yeah, so, let me see now. I could go on and on and on and on, okay? But we have Brother HK coming onto the show right now. So, I'm going to bring him on. Salam alaikum, brother.
Walaikum salam, brother. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah, I'm good. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't say the same for our brothers and sisters in Palestine. It saddens me each time I see the news. I kind of, you know, staying away from the news for now because it's so depressing to see what's happening now in the Gaza Strip. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regarding Hadith, I don't know if you can help me out, or if it's okay for me to ask. If I'm not bothering you,
Yeah, sure.
You might be busy.
Sure. Go ahead. This is an open live session. That's what it's for.
I asked, one of the weeks ago, I was on Dawa or Dunya stream. I asked Ramzi this question. I asked
Okay,
him,
all right.
Is it
Yeah.
a sign? Is it a major or minor sign for the creation of the state of Israel? That's my first question. He answered. He said it's not mentioned in the Hadith. It was. I forgot to ask him this. The Temple Mount, right, in Jerusalem, according to Hadith, is that going to be destroyed or no? According to a sign, major sign, or minor signs.
As I recall, no. There will only be 3 places that will not be destroyed, which is Makkah, Medina, and Jerusalem. These 3 places. Yeah. But Makkah, however, will be destroyed, right? Mecca will be destroyed towards the end of, after the rule of the Messiah, after the rule of Jesus, alayhi salam, when he comes down to earth and ruled for 40 years, and then he passes away. And then the Mecca will be destroyed. That's what I know.
But Al-Aqsa is going to be there, Masjid Al-Aqsa.
Al-Aqsa will be there, yes. In fact, it is clearly explicitly stated in the hadith that Al-Aqsa is the only city where the Dajjal could not enter.
I thought it was okay. So I thought it was Medina.
Medina too, 2 places, and Mecca as well, 3 places actually.
Because it's gonna be surrounded by the angels.
Yes, that's right. So there will only be 3 places that will be safe from the Dajjal: Makkah, Medina, and Al-Aqsa.
Al-Aqsa, okay.
Yes.
But
There's a
you
hadith on
you
that. Yeah.
so
Go ahead.
the Kaaba would be destroyed. Is that that's one of the major signs?
Kaaba will destroyed after the rule of Jesus alayhi salam. Yeah, that would be a major sign. That would be like a super major sign, and that would be basically that almost at the end
So
of the
after
world.
Imam Mendi, after Hazrat Isa, Prophet Isa,
Everything else,
salam.
yes, that's right. Yeah, everyone
Okay.
else after the Dajjal has been defeated, after Imam Mahdi and after Isa alayhi salam. Yeah, way after. Yeah.
See, I watched the videos of the major minor signs, and there's also mention of Yajuj,
Yakjuj and Makjuj. Yeah,
Yajuj
Yakjuj
and
and Makjuj
Majuj.
will be around that time that Makkah is destroyed. I've read, as I understand it, Yakjuj and Makjuj will appear around the time. Yeah,
So that's after Dajjal.
after Dajjal. Yes, because
Okay.
when Yakjuj and Makjuj comes, it means that Qiyamah is very 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 close already, and it won't be like several centuries or whatever. It'll be very super close. Yeah,
Could be just a couple of years or months.
exactly, or maybe even a decade. Who knows? We don't know, but it's very close. But it's definitely not more than a decade or two. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
I don't read Hadith much. I watch a lot of YouTube videos,
Yeah.
but I got to start reading
Yeah.
Quran and Hadith. I have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that Al-Aqsa would be destroyed and the Jews would build their temple.
No, they will never. The temple is already built. Actually, actually, it's funny that the Jews keep saying that
The
they want
Solomon's
to
temple.
build the temple. No, not Solomon's temple, but the dome of the rock that we have now and Masjidul Aqsa.
Yeah.
That is the third temple. That
But
is the third temple.
That is their goal. That's one of their goals, to take that over.
Yeah, which is kind of stupid, because that is exactly what they are waiting for. This, because you see, the thing is, if you look in history, the first temple was during the time of Solomon, right? Sorry, the time of David and Solomon, right? And then that temple was destroyed by the Romans, okay? And then the second sorry, not Romans, by the Persians. And then the second temple was rebuilt, and then it was destroyed by the Romans. And then they are waiting for the third temple. Now, who built the third temple? Because between the second and Al-Aqsa, it was about 500 years, right? From the destruction of the second temple right up until when Umar walked into, or basically marched into Al-Aqsa and freed the city, right? So between that time, the whole area of the Temple Mount was a rubbish heap. There was no one praying. There was no one, making prayers or sanctifying the area. It was a rubbish dump. Okay. And when Umar came, he cleaned up the place with the companions, obviously, and then they rebuilt the area. They sanctified the place again, and they turned it into a place of worship again. So, wouldn't you think that has fulfilled their third temple aspirations? Because the third temple aspirations is basically to make it sacred again for God, and that is exactly what Umar has done. And so, therefore, in my understanding of that prophecy, it has already been fulfilled, because we Muslims have already sanctified the place. And the Dome of the Rock and the Masjidul Aqsa is actually the third temple that the Jews were waiting for all along. Yeah, if you understand that. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Aki, you're breaking up a bit.
Your camera, brother, is freezing.
Oh, okay, that's weird. Is it working now?
It's working now.
All right, okay. I think
Brother,
it's maybe yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good now. I'm actually eating as well. Your stream, I got a notification. I said, all right, I'm gonna go join your stream. I've been there a couple of times.
That's good. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay.
So, what is the topic of the stream today?
It's a live Q&A session, so anyone can talk about anything they want if they come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know, brother. I'm aware of the situation right now. For the last week, I've been watching YouTube regarding the Palestine.
Yeah.
I did watch the fight with the UFC fight with this Islam Makhachev.
Okay.
You know UFC, right? Khabib.
Yeah, I don't watch that though.
Anyhow, in the ending of the fight, Islam won. Islam is a fighter.
Okay.
I don't know if you know him. He's with Khabib
Unfortunately, no, I'm not into USC,
from
unfortunately.
Dagestan.
Okay. Yeah. I
So
know
he
that people from that area are usually very good fighters. Yeah. They're not
so
surprising.
he won the fight today, and in the end of the fight, he was talking about free Palestine, Gaza. During the end of the UFC fight, he said that because he won. So, mashallah, but I'm aware of what's going on right now, brother, and sadly, our hands are tied. Like my hands, our hands, Muslim Ummah, our hands are tied. I know there's a lot of protests going on,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Unfortunately, yeah.
and I know what's going on. People being butchered, murdered.
It's
The media's
horrible.
not
Yeah.
covering
It's
it.
totally horrible. Yeah.
They don't have any
I mean,
electricity there.
I'm curious to know. Did the U.S. media cover the issue of the church that was bombed 2 days ago?
No, I did not see that. But what they said was they did cover the hospital thing, but they didn't cover it honestly. They covered like the other side, the other narrative of IDF.
That's horrible, man. That's
They
totally
said that
biased.
it was a rocket misfired, and then IDF released fake recordings, like audio recordings.
Yeah, fake.
Like
It's proven to be fake now.
Recordings.
Yeah, it's proven to be fake now by experts. Experts have actually gone through the recording and they have announced that it's fake. Yeah.
No, I know it's fake because I believe it or not, brother. Like 10, 11, or 13 years ago, there was a Turkish ship. They were coming to Gaza with aid and food and medicine.
Yeah,
and supplies.
I think you're talking about the Mavi Mamara. Yeah, the Mavi Mamara. Yeah. Yeah, Malaysian, there was a Malaysian delegation on it, so we know about it as well. We were part of it. Yeah,
they did fake recordings many times in the past. It's not the first time. It's on their channel.
These people are crazy. Yeah, they're crazy. Yeah.
So the media, over here is like they don't really cover.
I'm amazed that they didn't cover. I'm amazed that they did not cover about the church bombing.
What they said, what I saw from CNN, and Fox, because I wanted to see what they were saying. I don't watch CNN like that. But their narrative was that Hamas is firing missiles and they're the ones killing their own people. Fake narrative, like they're doing it.
Oh my God, that's crazy, man.
And people believe it. And the sad part is people believe it in America.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get away with those lies because we have social media now. We have YouTube. We have so many media right now, not just CNN, Fox, and Sky, but we have Al Jazeera, we have Press TV, we have RT News. There's so many. There's routers.
RT, brother, man, RT's banned. In YouTube in America, I can't even see RT on YouTube. It's banned.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm not watching RT on YouTube, by the way. I'm watching it from Telegram. I have their channel.
But, brother, I feel that one day they're gonna get rid of Al Jazeera. They're gonna get rid of all these, and they're gonna start censoring people on YouTube about Palestine. That's gonna happen. I'm.
That's horrible if that happens. Yeah.
My comments got deleted. I don't know what the hell's going on, man. And
that was weird.
They disappear.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And I'm not calling for any violence or hate. I'm just talking about free Palestine. Stop killing kids. Protect the children. The comments just disappear, and it's been happening to me. So I don't know.
Maybe there's some sort of filter going on because it hasn't happened to me yet, but I don't know, right? It may happen to others soon. Yeah. I'm brought Sister Nini is back.
Right. I think
Sister
the
Nini
other wants to talk. Yeah.
No, she's a sister. Sister Nini, are you there?
Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Hello, Sister Nini. She's not there. Never mind. While she gets the voice things, her mic sorted out, I'm going to read some of the comments. All right. Brother Nefus has been commenting in the chat. They certainly do the opposite. Yep, exactly. The Zionists are using the same scam for 9/11. Exactly. All the main social apps are being pressured. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that. Oh, Sister Nini is offline again. I don't know what's happened to her connection. So anyway, Brother HK, do you want to continue and say something?
No, brother, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for letting me on. I just wanted to say salam and
Yeah, no
It's
worries.
your, you
Any
know.
if you have any, I mean, you have any question, theological questions, I'm also open to that as well. Because that's the whole
Inshallah, I'll
point.
let
I
you
mean, the
know,
last
brother.
Q&A.
Thank you for inviting me. All right, take care.
No worries,
Assalamu
no
alaikum.
worries. Yeah. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Yeah. So anyone else wants to come and join the show? I'm still waiting. I don't know, for some reason Sister Nini's connection is not working. So let me see now. I'm just going to read some email, all right? Guys, by the way, the time now in Malaysia is 9 a.m. Oh, okay, she's back again. Hello, Assalamualaikum. Are you there? Hello. Hello. We can't hear you. Okay, I'm muting and unmuting your mic and see whether that works. Nope, it still hasn't worked. You're still not you're still not hearing your voice. Ah, okay. Okay. No sound. Okay. Okay. Never mind if it starts off again. I'm gonna try and look into your mic, all right? Okay, testing again. Hello. Hello. Still no sound. By the way, just a short announcement. The live stream has been going on for 46 minutes and there's 6 viewers watching this live stream. Mashallah. That's all. That's amazing. Alaikum salam. Finally your voice is back. Okay, so yeah. Yeah. So what happened? What happened?
It's just a technical.
Okay. Oops, you disappeared again. Oops. Okay.
Am I here?
Oops. Okay, now you're back. All right. I don't
Yeah.
know. You suddenly timed out. I think your internet connection is bad.
No, I've been fiddling with the settings, so it's giving me
Oh,
issues.
oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So anything you
Yeah.
want to add on? Yeah.
Yeah, interesting how the media is selective about their information in the United States of America. Whereas over
The
here,
so-called the land. Yeah, over here we have everything, right? So the land of the free and what was it again? The land of the free and home of the brave is censoring people, are censoring people.
so freedom of speech,
Yeah, freedom of speech
With
is to censor you to kingdom come for talking bad about Israel. Israel.
oh,
Yeah,
Israel.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hmm,
interesting. That's interesting. I
hmm,
thought we have to be open to all points of views, LGBT and all
yeah.
that. We have to
It's
accept
it's
everything,
amazing that
swallow.
they have exactly. It's amazing that they have this kind of censorship because we in Malaysia we do not experience this, right? I mean, we can
No.
when we switch on our TV, we can actually see what's going on in Gaza. We
Mm,
can see how the Israelis have
mm.
destroyed Gaza to smithereens. It's
Yeah,
actually amazing that the people in
it's
UK and the US have not seen this. Yeah, yeah,
it's interesting to see that Jews who go back to Israel, they come back,
yeah,
they repent, and they ask us to be more forgiving. They ask the U.S. citizens to open their eyes. I think it's just a
yeah.
really big cover up. To be very frank, a
It
really
is.
big
It
cover
is.
up.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
So
right. That's right. That's right. I've actually seen a video of a group of protesters in front of the White House, in front of
mm-hmm.
the White House. Jews, a group of Jews, by the way. They were Jews. They were
Yeah,
protesting in front of the White. I think it was a few days ago. They were protesting in front of
Jewish
the White House. Jewish
Jewish
groups,
for
yeah, Jewish.
Jewish for peace. They're
Yeah,
called
and
Jewish for peace.
I'm not sure what their name was, but yeah, they were protesting in front of the White House, and they were shouting slogans, against the bombing of Gaza. So it's
Yeah,
good to see, some Jews who have a heart and they know the suffering that the Palestinians, especially those in Gaza, are facing right now.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're called
yeah.
Jewish for peace. Jewish Voice
Mm.
for Peace.
Jewish
They're
Voices for
organized.
Peace. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I,
Yeah.
I, I think it's a misnomer for us to think that all Jews are against the Palestinians. No, it's not
Yeah.
true.
No, it's
Yeah,
not
because
true. Yeah,
they
it's not
they,
true.
they were
Yeah.
also expelled from Palestine in 1948. Some of them,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
the Christians were also expelled. So I think people need to know this also
Yep.
for a fact that there were Palestinian Christians who were expelled, and
Yep.
there are 1,000 Gazan Christians who are being bombed right now.
Yeah,
and
the church. I mean, I saw the church. It was totally destroyed. It was. I mean,
disintegrated.
disintegrated. There's nothing left. I mean, there's hardly anything left. It's
Oh, that's
horrible. It's
disgusting.
horrible. Yeah, it's horrible. It's
That's
disgusting. I mean, even though I'm a Muslim and I criticize Christianity, but when I see a church being destroyed like that is really sickening. I wouldn't wish for that to
inhumane.
happen. That's
I think
inhumane. I
that's
mean, that's
inhumane.
ridiculous. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
of course, we
it's
have
not
our
that
theological.
that is not
Yeah,
proportionate.
yeah,
That
it is
is
not
not
proportionate at
proportionate.
all. Definitely not. Definitely not.
No.
Destroy a church to smithereens like that. I mean, I think only a few walls were standing. Okay,
Yeah.
that's just horrible. Okay, let's see if
Yeah.
I can find
Yeah.
if I can find a photo of it. I would show
Yeah.
it to everyone. Okay,
Yeah.
Orthodox
Yeah. We have
Gaza.
to bring forth our proof. So
Yeah.
I think
There
it's
you go. Yeah, I found it. I found it. Yeah, I think I found some
Alhamdulillah.
photos. Yeah, I think I found a photo of it. Hang on, give me a moment. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, I found some photos of it.
yeah.
I mean, only the tower with the cross is still left standing. It's what? There isn't much of a church left. Okay,
Mm,
it's really that bad. Okay, look at this. Look at this.
mm.
This is horrible, man.
I can't see it. Oh, I
Yeah, I'm
can't.
gonna
Oh,
share.
I'm inside. Okay.
Wait, hang on. Share this step. There. This is what is left. Okay.
Yeah.
This is what is left. This.
Yeah.
Look at
Only
this.
the cross.
Only the
Mm.
tower. Only the tower is left. What church is there? This is not a church. This is just a tower of a
Mm.
church. This is just a wall of a church with a cross, with the symbol of a cross left.
Yep.
This is horrible, isn't it? I mean, look
Yes,
at
it
this,
is.
man. Yeah. Okay, that is of course. Let me see if I can find more photos. Hang on. Great Orthodox Church, Gaza. Let me see if I can find more. I'm pretty sure I can find more. Yeah, Al Jazeera.
Oh.
Look at this. Yeah, it's
Oh,
horrible.
that's so sad. There's a picture of the nun
Where's the
on
picture of the nun? No,
on the left.
there's
On the left. On the before
on.
this. Before this.
Oh,
Before this, she's crying.
you mean this?
The
This
yang. There the
this
nun
one.
on your left. On your left. The nun.
This one. This
Down,
one.
down. Yeah. Yeah, that
This
lady
one.
holding the
This
child.
one.
That nun. Yeah.
This one, right?
He said,
This one, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Greek
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
churches condemn. Greek Orthodox.
Greek Orthodox. Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh
Look at
dear.
this. Look at this.
Oh.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh. It's not
This is the church.
justified.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not justified.
The whole church is destroyed except for this.
Yeah.
Look at that, man. It's horrible. I mean, do Christians condone this? Okay. The Christian Zionists should ask themselves: Do they support this kind of behavior? Do they support this kind of kind of action taken against the church?
I think all normal Christians, mainstream Christians, do not support it. Only the Zionist Christians.
Yeah, the Zionist Christian will say, "Oh, it's justified."
Hmm.
Crazy people.
What did Jesus teach? What did Jesus teach
exactly.
about
Yeah.
rules of engagement in war? What did he teach? He said turn the left cheek, right?
Yeah, turn the right cheek. If you are struck on the left, turn your right cheek. That's what
And
they're taught.
they are not followers of Jesus.
I don't know whether I could call them followers of Jesus after I see this. Okay, after I've seen this, I don't know whether anyone could call them followers of Jesus. It's just horrible.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just horrible. Yeah. I think it's enough sharing for today. All right, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So anything else you want to add? Yeah.
There's also fabrications that they made about the alleged militant Hamas whom they say beheaded the children, whom they say had bombed the hospital, and that was kind of cheeky of them and mischievous because they were gaslighting them and gaslighting.
Exactly.
So
Yes, that's right.
so there was the company Al Jazeera actually went through the footage and they proved that the bombs were actually not from Hamas and the video footage were
not
not.
for Islamic Jihad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the footage of the beheaded babies was not true at all. So they had to go to that extent to you know to make the world believe the atrocities of the Palestinian people, whom are defenseless, who have been for years throwing only stones at the people who have been administering harm to them, war
Yeah.
against them. Every single day since 1948 until now, they have been waged, been living a war in a war zone. And now, when they retaliate, they say in self defense, the soldiers of Hamas are defending their territory. They say that it's justified for them to carpet bomb Gaza
Yeah.
and do
Exactly.
ethnic cleansing. There
Yeah.
is no
Exactly.
justice from them. There is no reason from them. There is no logic at all.
Exactly. 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 Okay, this is by the way, this is breaking news from Al Jazeera. Look at this.
Oh,
This is breaking news.
oh dear.
Israel strikes mosque in West Bank. Why are they attacking the West Bank?
Yeah,
West Bank is on the other side.
yeah,
It's not supposed to be attacked. Look at this.
yeah.
They strike the mosque in the West Bank, not in Gaza. It's not even in
Mm,
Gaza. What justification can you give to strike a mosque in the West Bank when you're not
mm.
making war on on operatives on the fighters in the West Bank? Okay, look at this. So yeah, this is
This
a
is
breaking
real
news story. So
terrorism.
there's nothing much there.
This is real
This is state
terrorism.
terrorism. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is state terrorism. Yeah, there's no
yeah,
question about it, right? And it has been going on
yeah,
for years. It's not the first time, right? Yeah.
yeah. But you cannot terrorize the Palestinians. They are not afraid. They will. They are. They are the true jihads. They
Yeah,
they struggle.
yeah,
They struggle
they're
to
strong.
fight
They're
for
strong.
the. Uh,
They are very strong-willed people.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
courage is made in Palestine. Everything is all
yes,
made in China, but courage is made in Palestine. That's
yes,
what
yes.
Anthony
That's right.
Bourdain said.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. Yes. There's this hadith. Talking about the Palestinians. And let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
talking. It talks about that
yeah,
there will
yeah.
be a group of people. There will be a group of people who always say the truth. Yeah. And
Yes.
we always face their enemies. And then the Prophet was asked, "Who are they?" Okay, let me see if I can find the hadith.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'll try and find the hadith.
I'm behind them.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
behind these people. I
Okay.
support them all the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, let me see if I can.
Yeah, I read that hadith too. It's about the end of
Uh
times.
yeah. Let me see. Wait, let me see if I can find the hadith in English because I found the
Is
hadith
it
in Malay, but
Sunnah.com? Kan?
let me see. Okay. I don't because I don't have the reference. I jadi nak pakai
Uh,
sunnah.com, so I don't know which
let me
where
help
is
you
it
find it.
where is it from.
Uh,
Okay, all right. Okay, you can find it for me. That'll be great. Yeah,
yeah, I will find it for you.
I found the hadith in Malay, but the problem is it doesn't give a reference.
What is the saying in Malay?
Okay, let me post it in the private chat. Okay,
Okay,
let me see.
I find it.
Okay, yeah, this hadith. Yeah, for the benefit of our viewers right now, we need to show it in English, all right? Yeah, can
Oh,
show it. Yeah,
hadith on Baitul Maqdis.
yes, yes. Not just by too much. This, by the way. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Musnad Imam Ahmad. Oh, okay. I think I found the source, but I don't know the hadith number. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
problem. It's in Musnad Ahmad. Yeah. Oh, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I can't find it. I don't know where it is. I mean,
Uh,
I can't find it in English. I mean, I've come across it before, but I don't have the reference right now. It's very difficult to find hadith sometimes.
yeah. How about you go ahead and talk?
Mm.
I'll find it for you.
Okay, all right. So yeah, anyone who wants to come on, please do. Still waiting for people to come on. By the way, the live stream has been running for 59 minutes and there are 5 people watching this live stream right now. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, Brother Saifu is here. Assalamualaikum, brother. And he says, freedom of speech and speak for falsehood. Yep. that's exactly what the hypocrites of the West are doing now. All right. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that, the West don't practice what they preach. Okay. I mean, they claim to be for free speech and all, but where's the free speech? Where's the freedom of expression to speak out against injustice in Palestine and Gaza, especially right now? Because it seems that Israel is not just attacking Gaza, but they're also starting to attack the West Bank. Okay, because you see, there's a breaking news right now that I can see here right now in Al Jazeera. Okay, and I'm still waiting for for people to come on. Still waiting for people because just now we had Brother HK coming on to the live stream. Yeah, so wow, the live stream has been going on for 1 hour now. 1 hour. Wow, it's good. Yay, 1 hour. Not bad. Okay, so still waiting for anyone else who wants to come onto the stream. The link is in at the top of the chat. Okay, you can see it. Okay, I'll just share it again. Yeah, link to join is this. All right. So if anyone wants to come onto the live stream, please
Are you going today for
feel
the thing? Are you going for
for what?
the talk today at the Dataran?
Probably not.
Yeah, it's
Probably
a
not.
lot of
Yeah, I have
people.
something on.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I did not plan for it, so I have because I know I have something other things going on. I think it's right now, right? It's happening right now, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
The,
Is there any live stream or live feed that we can watch
yeah, I
from?
think there is a live stream.
Oh, there is. Maybe we can share it
Yeah.
with. Maybe we can play that and share it with the viewers right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I found a hadith
Do
on
you
the
have a link?
tribulations. I have a proud hadith
Okay.
on the tribulation of Dajjal, Isa bin Maryam, and the emergence of
Okay.
Gog and Magog. Do you want to see
Oh,
that? Do you want to see that?
no, that's not real. Sure, why not?
No.
Okay, let's do that.
It's a
Why
very
not? Yeah.
very long though. I will copy
Yeah,
and
it's all right. We can
paste.
talk about it. Yeah,
But it's
we
da'if
can talk
though.
about that. Can you share the screen? Can you share the screen?
Oh, okay. Let me see whether I can. How do I share
Present,
it? I go
present,
to
and share
present.
screen. Present, yeah, present, share
Share
screen.
screen.
Yeah, and then select. Yeah,
Share screen. Where do I go? How do I share the screen? Present. Share screen.
yeah, yeah, share screen.
How do I? So which one do I select?
The one which has the
Uh,
hadith. Yeah, the tab which has the hadith.
okay, okay. Oh, the tab that has the hadith. I'm trying to get there. Share screen. Set screen. Wait
Mm-hmm.
allow. Is it this one? Can you see?
Oh yes, I can see it. Yeah, it's there. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
oh, what happened? Oh, you switch off.
Okay.
Okay, all right, all right. Can you zoom in a bit so that we can see it
Sure.
better? Yeah.
Just hold on. I'm trying to the messenger. How do I zoom? I don't have a
Control plus. You don't have a
control.
keyboard.
Control plus,
Control plus. Yep. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now scroll. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is the story of the prophecy of the Dajjal. Yeah. Yeah.
And then it says, the messenger of Allah addressed us, and most of his speech had to do with telling us about the Dajjal. He warned about him, and among the things he said was, there will not be any tribulation on earth since the time Allah created the offspring of Adam. And then and then
Mm.
the offspring of Adam that will be greater than the tribulation of Dajjal. Allah has not sent any prophet, but He warned His nation about Dajjal al-Masih. I am the last of the prophets, and you are the last of the nations. He will undoubtedly appear among you. If he appears while I am among you, I will contend with him on behalf of every Muslim. And if he appears while I am not among you, then each man must fend for himself, and Allah will take care of every Muslim on my behalf. He will emerge from Al-Khala between Shams and Iraq, and will wreak havoc right and left. O slaves of Allah, remain steadfast. I will describe him to you in a manner which none of the prophets has described him before me. He will start by saying, I am a prophet, and there is no prophet after me. Then the second time he will say, I am your Lord, but you will not see your Lord until you die. He is one-eyed, and your Lord is not one-eyed, and written between his eyes is kafir. Every believer will read it, whether he is literate or illiterate. Part of his fitnah will be that he will have with him paradise and hell, but his hell will be a paradise and his paradise a hell. Whoever is tested with his fire, let him seek the help of Allah and recite the verses of Al-Kahfi. Then it will be cool and safe for him, as his fire was for Ibrahim. Part of his fitna will be that he will say to a Bedouin, what do you think if I resurrect your father and mother for you? Will you bear witness that I am your Lord? Yes. Then two devils will appear to him in the form of his father and mother and will say, oh my son, follow him, for he is your Lord. And part of his fitnah will be that he will overpower a single soul and kill him. And then he will cut him with a saw until he falls into two pieces. Then will say, look at this slave of mine, I will resurrect him. Now, then he will claim that he has a Lord other than me. Then Allah will resurrect him, and the evil one will say to him, who is your Lord? And he will say, Allah is my Lord, and you are the enemy of Allah, you are Dajjal. By Allah, I have never had more insight about you than I have today. Abu Hassan al-Tanafisi said, the messenger of Allah said that the man will be the highest in status in my nation in paradise. He said, by Allah, we did not think that a man would be anyone other than Umar al-Khattab until he passed away. Part of his fitnah will be that he will command the sky to rain, and it will rain. He will command the earth to bring vegetation, and it will do so. And part of his fitnah will be that he will pass by a clan, and they will disbelieve in him. So all their flocks will perish, and none will be left. And part of his fitnah is that he will command he will command the earth to bring forth vegetation, and will do so until their flocks will come back in the evening of that day, bigger and fatter, with their flanks stretched and their udders full of milk. There will be no part of the earth left that he does not enter and prevail over, except for Makkah and Al-Madinah, for he will not approach them on any of their mountain paths, but he will be met by angels with unsheathed swords until he will stop at the red hill at the end of the march. Then Al-Madinah will be shaken with its people 3 times, and no hypocrite, male or female, will be left. All will come out to him. Thus it will be cleansed of impurity, just as the bellows cleanse the iron of dross. And on that day will be called the day of deliverance. O Messenger of Allah, where will the Arabs be that day? On that day there will be few amongst them. Most of them will be in Baitul Maqdis, Jerusalem, and the leader will be a richest man. When the leader has stepped forward to lead them in subuh prayer, Isa bin Maryam will come down to them. Their leader will step backwards so that Isa can come forward and lead the people in prayer. But Isa will place his hand between his shoulders and say to him, go forward and pray, for the Iqamah was given for you. Then the leader will lead them in prayer. When they finish, Isa will say, open the gate. So they will open it, and behind it will be Dajjal with 70,000 Jews, each of them carrying an adorned sword and wearing a greenish cloak. When Dajjal looks at him, he will start to melt as salt melts in water. He will run away, and Isa will say, I have only one blow for you, which you will not be able to escape. And he will catch up with him at the eastern gate of Lut and will kill him. Then Allah will defeat the Jews, and there will be nothing left that Allah has created which the Jews will be able to hide behind. except that Allah will cause it to speak. No stone, no tree, no wall, no animal except for the garqat, the box thorn. For it is one of their trees, and they will not speak except that it will say, O Muslim, slave of Allah, here is a Jew, come and kill him. The Messenger of Allah said his days will be 40 years, a year like half a year like a month like a week, and the rest of his days will be like sparks from a fire. One of you will enter the gate of Medina in the morning and not reach its other gate until evening. O Messenger of Allah, how should we pray on those short days? Estimate the prayer as you do on the long days. The Messenger of Allah said, Isa bin Maryam will be a just judge, a just ruler among my nation. He will break the cross, slaughter the pigs, abolish the jizya, and charity will be left. No one will be appointed to collect the zakah of sheep and animals. Grudges and mutual hatred will disappear, and venom of every venomous creature will be removed. A baby boy will butt his hand in a snake, and it will not harm him. A baby girl will make a lion run away, it will not harm her. The wolf will be among the sheep like the sheepdog. It's very long. And we come to the end. Before the Dajjal appears, there will be 3 difficult years in which the people will suffer severe famine. In the first year, Allah will command the sky to withhold 1/3 of its rain and the earth to withhold 1/3 of its produce. In the second year, He will command the sky to withhold 2/3 of its rain and the earth to withhold 2/3 of its produce. In the third year, He will command the sky to withhold all of its rain, and not a single drop will fall. All cloven-hoofed animals will die, except those that Allah wills. It was said. What will the people live on that time? Tahlil, takbir, tasbih, and tahmid. That will take the place of food for them. I heard this hadith should be sent to every teacher so that they can teach it with the children in the schools. The grade is da'if, but it can be used for teaching.
Yeah, okay, used for teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's daif. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There is some parts which I know that I think it's some parts are in Sahih Bukhari actually.
Yeah.
Not the full narration, but some of it.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is about the coming of the Masih ad-Dajjal. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting because this narration is talks about Al-Masih, and we know that Isa, one of his gelaran, one of his titles is Al-Masih. So
yes, that's right.
we Muslims are waiting for the Al-Masih to the second coming of the Al-Masih,
That's
whereas
right,
the
that's
Jews
right.
are waiting for the Al-Masih, and the Dajjal in the Quran is titled as the Al-Masih. So they are waiting for the Masih ad-Dajjal. We are waiting for the Isa Al-Masih. So these
Yes,
people,
exactly.
these two will clash on the end times. So the Jews will be the 70,000 Jews will be holding on to this Dajjal Al-Masih.
Yeah, with personal shawls. Yeah, I know what the hadith also. Yeah.
So, but it's interesting that we will be our food will be tahlil, takbir,
Takbir, tahmid, and
tahmid,
tasbih.
tasbih, and
This is 4. Tahlil, takbir,
Mm.
tahmid, and tahmid. So the brother here says Antichrist, the Zionists are waiting for the exactly, for the flesh Messiah. Yep, exactly. So that is what the Zionists are waiting for, if they have any religion at all. Let's not forget, by the way, that the majority of Zionists are not even religious. Okay, you see, they claim to claim the land based on the Bible, but they themselves don't believe in the God of the Bible. They themselves don't believe that God exists. So how the hell can they claim the real estate? The real estate is from the Bible when they themselves don't believe in that text and they don't believe that it came from God. Okay, I have come across in my long career of being a Muslim apologist, I have come across Zionists who openly and unashamedly admit that they are atheists, that they don't believe in God. Okay, really, they deny that God exists. And yet, when I ask them, why do you claim the land? It's because why do you claim the land called Israel? Why are you living in a land called Israel? The answer is because it's in the Bible, because it's their right. doesn't make any sense because the Bible is claimed
Yeah.
to be the word of God, right? So it's totally illogical for an atheist to lay claim to it. Okay, so it's
Mm.
really doesn't make sense to me why would an atheist Jew or an atheist Zionist would want to claim Israel for themselves based on the
Yeah.
biblical text. Okay, so
I
yeah.
think it's
Anyway,
because they
yeah. Go
believe
ahead.
in evil. They are
Yeah.
they're worshippers of Satan. That's the only
Exactly.
logic.
Because they worship,
Mm.
yeah, they worship Satan and they don't even know it. You see, so
Yeah. It's
that's what they
evil.
are.
It's what they're doing is totally evil.
It's evil and totally boggles the mind.
Mm.
It's totally
Yeah.
yeah, insane. Right? No
I
normal
think
human would do what they do. Yeah. Go ahead.
personally, I believe that the resistance in Palestine is a symbolic to the freedom of all mankind, because Palestine is the place where all evil will resurrect itself. The Dajjal will be there, and if we do not
Yes.
unite, if we do not
Yeah.
unite, then we are all
Yeah.
we
Yes.
are being
Yes. So
fooled by the by them. They're covering up the
it's,
truth. It's time that we open our eyes, our heart to the truth.
yep.
If
Exactly.
we have a
Okay.
conscience, we can see the truth. If we
Yep.
don't, then
Then it's
we
too bad.
can't do
Yeah, it's
anything.
too bad.
Yeah.
It's a lost cause for that person. If they can't
Mm,
see that, Israel is bombing human beings to smithereens, then I think
mm,
I think this is totally a lost cause for these people. These people have, closed hearts and minds. That's all I can say.
mm.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
So
True.
yeah. 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 So yeah, anything else, sister?
That's basically what has been on my mind since 7th of October,
Good.
2023. I cannot
Yeah.
get my mind off this, because
Yeah. Yeah.
my heart
I
my heart
understand.
just paused with grief and sadness
Yeah.
to see the
Yeah.
the the senseless killings there.
Yeah.
So that's all I
Exactly.
have to say.
Yeah,
Mm,
right. Yeah, yeah. Right.
yeah.
So do you want to stay on or yeah, hop off?
Yeah,
It's up
I'll
to
I'll
you.
stay on, but I will just listen.
Yeah. All right. Okay, sure. Yeah. So anyways, anyone else? I'm still waiting for people to come on to the live stream, but there's no one else yet. I don't know
I think
why
they
no
all
one
went
else is coming.
they went for the rally, maybe.
And no, they got these people are from, because the brothers and sisters who are watching this live stream, they are all from the West. You see, they're all in UK, in the US. So
Oh.
my viewers are majority from overseas. So they are not
Ah.
Malaysians. Yeah. So with the exception of
Ah.
a few people like yourself, of course. Okay.
Yeah. Why did they
So
come on board? We're not gonna
yeah,
massacre them. We
I
have
still I'm still
we're
waiting.
gonna listen.
I'm still waiting for them to appear. Yeah. But anyways, I'm going to end the live stream when it reaches 2 hours, right? Because I have other things to do as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
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 if
yeah.
no, I mean, if no one else is coming on, right? So right now the live stream has been going on for about 1 hour and 17 minutes, and there are 5 people watching the live stream now. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, if there's no one else coming on after 2 hours, I will end the live stream. Okay, so
Yes, yes.
still
Sure,
waiting.
sure.
I'm still waiting for people to come on because anyway, this has been this live stream is revival of my previous live streams, my live Q&A sessions, which
Mm-hmm.
I've put on hiatus for I've put on a hiatus for about a month because of work commitments. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, finally it's back. All right. So finally it's back.
Alhamdulillah.
Um I mean, let me see, brother Nafus asked a question. Whether is Sulaiman alayhi salam's palace the relic, as I want to see the inside as is made by the jinn. I can't seem to find anything on the building. As far as I know, Aki, that palace has been destroyed. So there's no evidence of the palace anymore. I mean, the Al-Aqsa right now is actually above the area where Sulaiman's alayhi salam's palace was. Okay, so that is why the Zionists, they have built a tunnel under the Temple Mount, because or under the Haram Al-Sharif area compound, because they claim to find they want to find archaeological evidence, and it's they did find some archaeological evidence, but of course, you know that the ulterior motives is basically to destroy the current Al-Aqsa and the Dome of the Rock. So their motives are suspect. However, what we know from archaeology is that the what Sulaiman alayhi salam's palace and the first temple, the first temple and the second temple were under what we now know as the Haram Asharif compound. So it's actually the whole compound is actually built on top of the ruins. Okay, so because the Zionists, they have found some archaeological evidence underground. Okay, so yeah, so there's no but as far as I know, the temple has already destroyed. Okay, there's not much evidence of it left anyway. So and I also strongly believe that because the Jews are talking about the restoration of the third temple. So I believe, when I based on what I understand about what the third temple would be, and how and the history between the second temple and the alleged third temple, I would say that Masjidul Aqsa now and the Dome of the Rock is actually the third temple. Okay, so yeah, it's amazing that Jews do not realize this, that the Zionists don't realize that the third temple has already been built, and it's called Masjidul Aqsa and Qubat as-Sakra. Okay, so that is actually the third temple that the Jews were waiting for. Okay, that the Zionists want so hard to destroy. Okay, so that is so that is what I personally believe. Okay, yeah, so maybe perhaps I should do a presentation on that, right? So I should perhaps do a presentation on the restoration of the third temple being actually the Haram Asharif compound, and that of Qubat as-Sakra and the Dome of the Rock. Because you see, the attributes of the dome of the third temple is that it would be an area of reconsecration to God, and it would be cleansed of it will be cleansed, it will be sanctified, and this is exactly what Umar ibn Khattab radhiyallahu anhu had done. Okay, so the third temple has already been rebuilt. All right, so no question about it. Okay, it's just that unfortunately for the Zionists, it's not controlled by them. Okay, and they want to destroy the third temple. Okay, they are trying to destroy the third temple now. Okay, and I think Allah Subhanahu wa Taala will never allow that to happen, anyways. So everything now belongs to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and I believe that Allah Azza wa Jal will definitely protect His house from the evil intentions of the Zionists, inshallah. Yeah, so anyways, I'm still waiting for people to come on. It's been 1 hour and 22 minutes. Come on, guys, please come on to the live stream. There's nothing to be shy about, right? So the link is already in the chat, right? I've already placed it there. Okay. So yeah, I'm still waiting for anyone who wants to come on and join me. There's 6 people viewing this live stream now. Wow, that's good. If you want to come onto the live stream, you can just click onto the link that is at the top of the chat. Okay, and I'll bring you on. All right. Yeah. My thoughts were that the Zionists kept digging, but the next day it went back to normal. I don't think that. Unfortunately, that did not happen. The dig is still there. The archaeological dig site is still there. Okay, but fortunately, they have not done any, because there were fears that when they do the digging under the Temple Mount or the Haram Asharif compound area, it might destabilize the structure of the of the compound, and it might cause the whole area to collapse. But fortunately, Alhamdulillah, that has not happened. Okay, so actually, I think the intentions of the Zionists is not merely to find for archaeological evidence, but because they don't believe in God, why would they want to look for Solomon's temple, or why would they want to look for evidence of the second temple? Okay, because they don't believe in God. They are godless people. Their ideology is secular. There's no reason for them to find justification in religion. Okay, so I think one of the main reason why they are digging under the Temple Mount compound, or basically the Haram Asharif compound, is because they want to destabilize the foundations of the area, and in the hopes that there will be an earthquake, because there were incidences of earthquakes hitting Jerusalem before, or Al-Quds before, and it might, destabilize the whole area, and the whole compound will collapse. And then they can use the excuse, oh, since the compound has already collapsed, why not we help you rebuild the area, but we won't allow you to enter the area anymore, and we will build our third temple. So the reason why but the thing is, the reason why they're building their third temple is to gain support from the Jews, okay? Because they need religious justification in order to maintain their grip on Jerusalem and the historical Palestine area, right? So if they build their third temple, it may even be something secular, because they don't believe in God. Okay, let's be clear about this. The Zionists do not believe in God. Okay, so if they rebuild their so-called third temple on the grounds of the former Haram al-Sharif compound, and on the ruins of God forbid, Na'uzubillah min zalik, the ruins of Kubat as-Sakra and Masjidul Aqsa, then they can build a huge temple that they can use as a rallying call to Jews all over the world to come to Jerusalem and to maintain their grip, their political power, or their military justification over the land, over historical Palestine. So I think this is what they are aiming for. But fortunately for us, alhamdulillah, even though they've been digging, I think the digging has started since the early 2000s, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. But until today, nothing has happened. The foundations are still solid, alhamdulillah. Okay. They are just making it up using archaeology. Yep, exactly. You see, so because these people are godless people, why would you want to look for the second temple or even the first temple? You don't believe in God anyway. Why do you need to spend so much money and so much time digging for something that you don't believe in, right? Because for us Muslims, obviously, if Muslims were to do archaeology in the area, of course we do believe in this, right? We do believe that Sulaiman alayhi salam existed. We do believe that God exists. So of course there is justification for us to do archaeology in the area. But for the Zionists, I don't think so. There's no reason for them to do so. All right, unless it's for nefarious means, or for nefarious reasons, okay, which aren't related to religion at all. Okay, so let me look for that news, right? Israeli archaeological big site, Temple Mount. Let me see if I can find it. Excavations at the Temple Mount. Yeah, excavations at the Temple Mount. Yeah, let me see. The last news that I saw was in 2011. I'm not sure whether they're still digging for archaeology though, for archaeological items though. But let's see if I can find something here of interest. There's too much text here. Let me see if I can find some. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, they're still digging in the area. Under the temple, or near the area of the Temple Mount. Okay, so yeah. Let me see now. Let me see if we can found. Harris area, so let me see if I can, and maybe Wikipedia. Loading. Doesn't seem to be loading. Oops. Okay, I think I found it. Okay, present, share screen, excavations at the Temple Mount. Okay, I should be able to see my screen right about now. Yeah, there you are. Excavations at the Temple Mount. Yeah, this is the only source I think which has more photos. The rest have no pictures at all, so it'll be super boring to read just text. Okay, so yeah, this is it. This is it. Okay, excavations at the Temple Mount. Okay. So there's a number of archaeological excavations at the Temple Mount, or Haram al-Sharif as we know it. Okay. So since Israel has taken control of the old city of, well, Jerusalem, okay, or Al-Aqsa, in 1967, archaeological excavations in the vicinity of the mount has been undertaken by Israel, okay, and the Jordanian Waqf, okay. So and then in 2016, UNESCO criticized the Israeli excavations under the pretext of Israeli aggressions on Al-Aqsa. Okay, yeah, because they have done the digging under the compound. Okay, yeah. Due to the sensitivity, to the extreme political sensitivity of the site, few archaeological excavations have been conducted on the Temple Mount itself. So blah 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 blah. 1938. There's some stuff that has been found. Yeah, marble floor reviewed during repair work at Al-Aqsa. And then there's a 3rd century Roman relief of a centaur reused as a paving stone inside Al-Aqsa. Okay, I think the Muslims, the earlier Muslims, when they probably during the Abbasid or maybe even the Umayyads, okay, maybe even during the Umayyads, they found this centaur relief, okay, this Roman relief. And then of course, because it represents idolatry, right? So they destroyed. So the Muslims during the this is probably during the Umayyad or during the Umayyad era, most likely they cut up the relief. They turn it into blocks of stone to be used as a paving stone for the pavement, right? So
There's a question for you.
okay.
The,
Where's
there's a question
where's
for
the
you on
question?
the screen.
Where's the question? Let me see.
Brian.
Why not just cause an earthquake if that were the case? Yes, they can before you. I don't think they can because they can't. Yeah, they're just waiting for the earthquake to happen. Okay, right. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, let's continue reading this. Yeah, so post 1967. Yeah, or the blah blah blah. There's a lot of text here. And then yeah, so these are the concrete supports under the tunnel. Okay, this is by the way the tunnel under the Temple Mount. All right. So yeah, so there's Western Wall tunnel as you can see. Okay, construction at Solomon Stables. Okay. So yeah, so this is the 1900s, 1990s. Okay, I think this is a 1990s project. Yeah, 1990s, late 1990s, and then there's 2000s. Okay. There was an earthquake in 2004. Okay, interesting. Okay. Okay. And then there's the Mughrabi Gate, landslide. Okay. Electrical cable replacement. Okay. Yeah, and then that's what they have found so far. Okay, so yeah, there's evidence of Roman architecture. There's evidence of Herod's. I think there's evidence of Herod's coins being found. Not in this article, but I've come across that. So this is the map of the compound, the Haram al-Sharif compound. Okay, if I can make that larger, yeah, this is the one. Yeah. So the survey of this is 1884. This is during the Ottomans. This is during the Ottoman era. Okay, you can see this. Yep. Yeah. This is during the Ottomans. So yeah, there's a platform. Okay, this whole area here is built upon the first and the second temple. All right. So
Wow.
so Solomon's palace or temple even is under this platform. Okay. Okay, kawasan ni semua bawah atas ke atas di atas. So
Where's
what we are
Al-Aqsa?
Al-Aqsa is here. This is
Oh.
Al-Aqsa. Yeah, this is Al-Aqsa. This is Kubat as-Sakra. Okay. Then this is the Dome of the Rock, and this is Al-Aqsa. Al-Aqsa is at the
Where's
side.
the Dome of the Rock?
This here in the middle.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
you can see. Yeah, this Dome of the Rock. Yeah. So this is the whole. So this whole area here is Haram al-Sharif, the whole
Okay.
compound. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's actually a huge compound. Yeah. And then I think the Western Wall is the Western Wall. Where's the Western Wall? I think Western Wall is somewhere here. Somewhere here or somewhere here. I don't remember.
The Western
Yeah,
Wall.
somewhere.
Where's
Yeah, Western Wall.
the Wailing Wall?
Yeah, Wailing Wall, Western Wall. Somewhere here, I think.
I
Somewhere
see.
here. Yeah. Okay, so
That's
it's
the
somewhere here.
Western Wall.
Western Wall. Yeah, you call it Western
Have
Wall
you
or Wailing Wall?
been to Jerusalem?
Nope.
Not yet?
I wish I could. Nope, no, I have
Yeah.
not. I wish I could.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
Yeah.
I wish I
Next
could.
on my
Yeah.
bucket list also.
Yeah, I wish I can, but currently there's a war going on, right? So we can't, anyways. So we have to wait for it to be over, inshallah.
Ceasefire.
Yeah, hopefully yes. Yeah.
Elfie, can I ask?
Wait, hang on. There's a question asked.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Hold that thought first. Okay. Brian Bradley, is archaeology haram in Islam? Nope, it's not. It's not haram. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Ask your question.
Do you have a background knowledge on what happened after World War One to the Ottoman Empire up until today with Palestine and
I do. I do.
Can you tell us? Can you tell us
What?
a little
Where
bit?
do you want me to? Where do you want me to start?
Can you as far back as you can remember until today? I mean,
Okay.
from the Ottomans to the
You mean
Crusades to the World War
specifically
One.
about the? I mean, you have to be a bit specific. I mean, about the Palestinians or the whole war, the whole
I'm talking
theater of
about
war.
the whole wage against the Islamic Empire up until today to the
Okay.
Palestine liberation. I mean, what
Okay. All
happened in
right.
the Crusade, and then what happened in World War One, and what
Crusade
happened?
is too far away. Crusade is
Ah,
a bit murky for me. So I'll start from after World War One. Okay. So
okay,
after World War One.
sure.
Okay. So let's start around that. So around World War One, the Ottomans the Ottomans they sided with Germany and I think I don't remember the countries that were involved. Wait, hang on, let me find World War One.
Russia, right?
Russia,
Russia.
yes. Well, Russia, Germany, and I think France.
Yeah.
Russia, Germany, France,
Italy.
and no, Italy was not in the
Italy.
picture at the time. No, Italy was
Oh,
not in the picture at the time. That's
at that
World War
time.
Two. This is World War One. Okay, so
Okay.
World War One, Ottomans, the Ottomans, the French, the Russians, and the Germans were allies, and the
Okay.
rest, and Britain, US came much later. Britain and all the other European countries were against the first group. Okay,
Okay.
so so it resulted in a defeat for the first group, which consisted of the Ottomans. So the Ottoman Empire broke up. Okay, so when the Ottoman Empire lost the battle, lost the war. Sorry, a lot of their territories were cut up. Okay, and
Yeah.
in the context of Palestine, in the context of the Middle East, the area that we now know as Syria, Palestine, Lebanon, Iraq, they were cut up, and under agreement called the Sykes-Picot Agreement,
The
they
what?
were the Sykes-Picot Agreement.
I
Okay,
see.
they were cut up and they were broken up and they were given away to Britain. Okay, and then and the British had an agreement with the French as well, so it was split up with the French. And then so the whole area of what we now know as Palestine and the Levant, basically Jordan, these areas were under direct British rule. Okay, under what we now know as what we then known as the British Mandate. Okay, and then in Europe, Germany was forced to sign a treaty called the Versailles Agreement, the Versailles Treaty. Okay, the Versailles Treaty. So I think Brian got it right with regard to the World War I. Austria, Hungary, Germany, Ottoman Empire. Yeah, these four. Yeah, sorry, I made a mistake. It wasn't France. France was part of the second group. Okay, so so the Middle East was cut up into half between the French and the British. Okay, and then the Germans were forced to sign a treaty called the Treaty of Versailles, and then of course, the Germans were not happy because it caused a lot of problems for them. Their Kaiser was dethroned, and Germany became a republic. And then we had the Weimar Republic. The Weimar government was very weak. Germany had to go through a lot of problems economically, and then a lot of economic hardship were faced by the Germans. And then somewhere in the mid-30s, somewhere in the 1930s, there's this one guy with a little mustache who, I don't have to mention his name, right? Please don't mention his name because that might cause my channel to be banned. So this guy with a little mustache who hated Jews, rose up to power. Okay, this short man with the little mustache. He was a very eloquent the painter from Austria. Okay, because he worked as a painter, by the way, before he became popular. So he formed this party called the National Socialist People's I forgot the acronym is NAZI. Okay, all right, so this guy became the leader of the NAZI party. Okay, you know who he is. Don't mention his name because that might get my channel banned. Okay, so he rose to power. He managed to entice the German public, okay, to support him because the Germans were facing a lot of hardship because of the Treaty of Versailles. So this short man, this guy with the little mustache, he was saying, "Oh, we must we must lift our economic state again. We must." He actually brought hope to the Germans. Ironically speaking, even though we know what turned out in the end, right? But at the time, the Germans, of course, did not know this. So he tried to incite anger of the Germans towards a certain race. Okay, I don't want to mention the race. You know who they are. So he won the elections of I think it was 1934, 33 or 34. I don't remember. And he became the Chancellor of Germany. Okay, and then long story short, I think he thought that he could go further than just merely becoming the president or being the Chancellor of Germany. So he invaded Poland. So when he invaded Poland, first he annexed Austria into Germany. He declared Austria to become part of Germany. And then he invaded Poland. When he invaded Poland, the England and UK, the United Kingdom and France declared war on him. So that's when World War II started. And around the same time, Italy was led by this fascist guy by the name of Mussolini. Okay, and then and then the Italians joined forces with the Germans, with the guy with the little mustache, okay, who was the leader of the NAZI party, okay. So and then Japan joined in the war as well. So that's the beginning of World War II, okay. So because of war, and then of course we know, long story again, I'm cutting a lot of the story short. Let's focus on Palestine. What happened to Palestine? All right. So Palestine was under British rule, okay. And it was still under the British mandate. Okay. By the way, between 1933 to 1936, there was an Arab uprising. Okay. They call it the Arab Revolt against the British rule because the Arabs were not happy that the British were bringing in a lot of Zionists from Europe, because before the little mustache guy declared war on Poland, there were already a lot of Jews from Europe coming to Palestine, okay, coming to historic Palestine, and the Arabs didn't like it. So in 1931, or was it in 1932? I don't quite remember the date. They started an uprising called the Arab Revolt against the British, okay, and the revolt lasted for about 2 to 3 years, okay. So one of those people who were leading the revolt was a man by the name of Sheikh Izzuddin Al-Qassam. So I
Wow.
think yeah, Sheikh Izzuddin Al-Qassam.
Wow.
He was a Syrian from he was a Syrian uh, who
Inshallah.
who um, who rose in rebellion against the French in Syria, but he was his
Mm.
but he was defeated and he retreated to Palestine, and
Mm.
then he saw that the British were trying to bring in a lot of Europeans into Palestine, into historic Palestine. So he started a revolt. He became part of the Arab Revolt in 1931, 1932. Okay,
Mm.
so this sheikh his name is Sheikh Izzuddin Al Qassam. Okay,
Oh,
unfortunately, of course, Sheikh Izzuddin he died. He became a martyr. He became a shahid in
mashallah.
1934. I think 1933 or 1934. But but because of the contributions of Sheikh Izzuddin Al Qassam, the British decided to capitulate to the Arab demands, and in 1936 they said they decided to come to agreement with the Arabs and said, okay, look here, we will not you keep the peace, you Arabs can keep the peace, do not stop revolting, keep the peace, and we will make sure that the Jews, the Europeans will not enter Palestine again. And for a long while that actually happened. So between 1936 to I think 1940, there was no Jewish immigration. But then the Jews, the Europeans who were already in Palestine were not happy, and they started a revolt too. But okay, but before they did that. Of course, World War II broke out, right? And then we know what happened to them in Europe. The Europeans, that particular group of Europeans, we know what happened to them in Europe due to the little mustache guy. Okay, so
Mm.
most of them emigrated to or had to leave Europe and they were brought by the Zionist organization
Mm.
to Palestine. Okay, and they formed communities, they formed kibbutzes, and they formed they become entrenched in Palestine.
Mm.
They colonized, they settled into historic Palestine in droves
Mm.
because what happened to them in Europe, and
Mhm.
they created kibbutzes and so on.
Okay.
And in 1940, I think after the war ended, Hitler lost in 1940. Sorry, the mustache guy lost in 19 1940. I don't remember, 1943, 1944,
1944.
1943, 1944, right? So around this time, the Zionists, because these people who were brought in were mostly were Zionists. Their leaders were Zionists. I'm cutting a lot of the story short here, but I'm making it brief,
Mm-hmm.
as brief as possible. But I'm hopefully that you can understand the story, the chronology. So
Okay.
the Zionists decided to go up in revolt against the British mandate. Okay, the British. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
they did a revolt for 2 years, from 1945 up to 1947. Okay, there was a revolt
Okay.
by the Jews, the Zionists. The
Okay.
Zionists. So there were three groups. Okay, like now today we have Hamas, we have Fatah, we have Islamic Jihad, etc. Right? So in 1944, 1945, the Zionists had the Haganah, the Irgun, and the Stern Gang. Okay, these three groups, these three
Okay.
Zionist groups,
Okay.
militant groups, by the way, who were
Okay.
terrorists. They were attacking, British officers. They were attacking British, not just the military installations, but also civilian areas. And also they bombed a hotel called the King David Hotel in Jerusalem. So because of the pressure that the British had to face because of the Zionist revolt, or the Zionist terrorism, okay, by these three groups. They negotiated with the Zionist leaders, and they said, okay, we'll give you a state. We'll give you a state. you a state, but you must share it with the Arabs. And then they brought it to the League of Nations. At the time, there was no UN. There was the League of Nations. Sorry, was that the UN or the League? I don't remember whether it's the League of Nations or it could be the UN. Okay, so the UN made a proposal to split historic Palestine. So this area is for the Jews. This area is for the Arabs, and Jerusalem must be independent. Must be a special status city where no one governs it. Of course, the Arabs rejected that plan because it's not the right of the UN to decide which lands belongs to whom. Okay, so but nevertheless, the Zionists decided to go ahead with the plan, and in 1947, 1948, they declared the illegal state of Israel without any agreement, without any sanction from the Arabs. No agreement from the Arabs at all. And during 1948, we know the Nakba. Okay, they forcibly expelled 800,000 Palestinians from what we now know as Israel. Okay, so all the villages, the Palestinian villages, were destroyed. So 800,000 people were forcibly expelled from their homes, and they had to disperse all over the world. And some of them ran to the West Bank, some of them went to Gaza. Okay, so so this was in 1948, and then in 1967, the Arab world, of course, were upset with what happened in 1948. So for a long while, the Arab world was sitting with anger and just waiting for the right time to strike. Okay, and when Israel was formed, what we now know as the West Bank was taken over by Jordan. What we now know as East Jerusalem or Al-Aqsa, the Al-Aqsa area, that was still administered by Jordan, and Gaza was administered by Egypt. In 1967, the Arab countries decided to attack Israel. However, because this is God's will, Israel managed to beat them back, and the Arab armies were defeated. They had to retreat across the borders, the 1948 borders, the 1967 borders, and Israel encroached onto Jerusalem. So Israel took over Jerusalem. Israel took over the West Bank. Israel took over not just the Gaza Strip, but also the Sinai Desert. So the whole of the Sinai Desert was under Israel rule as well. Okay, and so for a long while, that was the situation in the Middle East. And then in 1973, Egypt made a surprise attack and took back the Sinai area. But they did not push on to Gaza. And then in 1976, or was it in 1977, Sadat made a peace treaty with Anwar Sadat, the Egyptian president at the time. He made a peace treaty with the Zionists. And then in the meantime, in the 1970s, the PLO, led by Yasser Arafat, he was instigating a revolt against Israel, but nothing much came out of it. Okay, he was just burning buses and bombing military installations, etc., killing civilians and blah blah blah. But nothing much happened. Okay? And anyway, the turning point was actually when Egypt made the peace treaty with Israel. Okay, so Israel returned the Sinai Desert back, Sinai area back to Egypt, but they kept Gaza. They still kept Gaza. They still administered Gaza, and for the West Bank, it was still under Israeli.
Who was the leader of Egypt at that time? You remember?
Anwar Sadat.
I think. Anwar Sadat. Okay.
Sadat.
And then?
Sadat. And then in the 1990s, okay, so this situation was the status quo until 1987, the first Intifada. Okay, so we had the first Intifada in 1987, where Palestinians rose up. Okay. Again, I'm cutting a lot of the story. A lot of things happened between Sadat's agreement with the Zionists and the first Intifada, but I'm just cutting it short. All right. So then the first Intifada happened, and the Israelis were forced to sign a deal with Yasser Arafat and PLO. Okay, so So they did do that. It was called the Oslo Accords. So under the Oslo Accords, the Palestinians or the PLO are given administrative rights of the West Bank and Gaza. So the
Mm-hmm.
Palestinians can have some sort of autonomy. It wasn't even a state; it was just an autonomous entity, okay, autonomous state. Because everything
Mm-hmm.
else was still controlled by the Zionists, was still controlled by Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And then so Yasser Arafat, the rebel leader, became the first president of the Palestinian Authority in 1992. But
Okay.
Israel did not give them a state. Did not still give them a state. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
still made a lot of excuses to not give him a state. And then in 2001, or was it 2002, there was the second Intifada. Okay,
Yeah.
and then Yasser Arafat was murdered, I believe, by poison in
Mm-hmm.
2004 or 2005. Okay, and then um, then there was then there was the elections. There was the general elections in the Palestinian territories,
Mm-hmm.
in the West Bank and in the Gaza and in Jerusalem, and Hamas won.
Yep.
Hamas won the elections. Okay, so that is
Yeah.
why right now there's this dispute between the Fatah and Hamas. So the Israelis did not like it that Hamas won, and
Yep.
they put a lot of pressure on the Palestinian Authority, and they refused to have any dealings with the Palestinian Authority for as long as Hamas was in power. And then in
Mm-hmm.
2006, or was it 2007? I don't remember. There was a huge dispute between, because Fatah and Hamas were sharing power in government in the
Mm-hmm.
Palestinian government. But of course, Fatah did not like Hamas, and Hamas did not like Fatah. Okay, and then and there was this revolt. There was this uprising between them, and so Fatah managed to take over the West Bank, but Hamas took over
Mm-hmm.
Gaza. And so and then because Hamas had taken over Gaza, the Israelis, uh, made a blockade over Gaza, and this has persisted until today. Yeah. Okay. So this is the story, and that is why we are now at the situation that we are now, because of these events that has happened. Oh, before that, I forgot to mention that in 2004, the
Mm-hmm.
Israelis pulled out of Gaza by under Ariel Sharon. 2004 or 2005, I don't remember. They
Yeah.
pull out of Gaza. The Israelis pull out of Gaza, but they still maintain a blockade around Gaza. Although it was not as bad as it is today, but at the time they still had some sort of blockade over Gaza. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, so that's pretty much that's pretty much the history
Palestinian.
of Palestine.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so, and then we are
Can I
now
add
at this.
on?
Now we are now at this situation now. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Yeah.
All through this, the Palestinians have been sort of like embargoed in so many ways, economically, in terms of human rights
Yes,
accords. They have been violated. They have been withheld
yes,
water, and the water that they have been supplied are all polluted.
a lot of things
And then
happen.
the
That's
food
right.
that has been supplied to them have been embargoed, and then they cannot
Yeah,
do business like normal, and then
yeah,
the electricity has been
yes,
withheld from them, and their facilities,
yes,
amenities, everything is like ghettos, people of the ghettos. They don't have a road to drive normally. They are fenced away from the Jewish settlement, and apart from that, they have to go through 5 checkpoints every day, daily, in order to go to work,
yeah,
and getting to
no,
work
no.
itself is an ordeal
The
because
West
of the
Bank.
checkpoint. Yeah.
Yeah, actually
So
more than five. I think about 10.
yeah, yeah.
More than 10.
So
More than 10.
even though
Yeah,
even though they are Palestinians, most of them have never been to Jerusalem. The ones who have been
yeah,
to Jerusalem are the people surrounding Jerusalem. So
yeah,
where is the justice for this?
yeah. Exactly. And let's
75
not forget,
years.
there's a wall. There's a wall. There's a
Yeah,
wall around the West Bank, separating
yeah,
separating the people of the West Bank from Jerusalem. A wall.
yeah.
Would you
And
believe
this
it?
wall, this wall is heavily
Yeah.
guarded by a dome, and
Yeah.
is heavily guarded by this
Yeah.
artillery, and these people, their
Yes.
only self-defense are stones.
Yes.
It's like David and Goliath, the David, he defended
Exactly.
himself with a
Exactly.
stone. So these civilians,
Yes.
they
Exactly.
defend themselves using stones. If they are attacked by snipers, it's going against UN convention again. You cannot shoot people with
Yes.
snipers. They don't have snipers, and the IDF
They
are
didn't have
shooting them
weapons.
with
Yeah.
snipers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
this has
Exactly.
been going
Exactly.
on for
Yeah.
75
I mean,
years.
yes, it has. Yes. In fact, in more recent times, it has gone worse. Yeah. So,
Yes.
but people don't really know about it until events like this happens. Big, huge events happen, and Israel attacks Gaza or attacks the West Bank. Only then do we remember what has happened. But the
Yeah.
Palestinians have been suffering under occupation for decades now,
We must
and
not
yeah,
forget
unfortunately,
that before.
yeah.
Yeah, Alfie, sorry for interjecting, but we must not forget
No, no,
that
go ahead,
during
go
the
ahead. Yeah.
Ottoman rule, when Jerusalem was in peace after they were liberated, in the after the crusade, the Jerusalem,
I think you
they
wrote this, right?
saved yeah, they saved a lot
Yeah, you
of
wrote this. Yeah. Jews and Christians.
the
Yeah,
Jews and
exactly.
Christians lived amicably for 800 years,
Yeah.
and that was the time of the Jewish revival of their studies
Yes.
and their knowledge,
Yes,
the
that's right.
revival, and they lived amicably amongst the Muslims, and they had a Jewish Sharia court for the Jews. So the Jews did not go to their Sharia court, the jurisprudence law, their courts of law. They
Yeah.
instead went to the Islamic
Yeah.
courts of law. So what does this tell
Exactly.
you about the Muslims?
Yeah.
It's only
Yeah.
after the World
Exactly.
War
Exactly.
One when everything started to go down the drain and we were
Crazy.
colonized and
Yeah.
destroyed.
It got
Mm.
everything went haywire after
All
World War
our
One,
belief
right?
system
Yeah.
was uprooted from our countries.
Yeah.
All our sovereignty was taken away,
Yes.
and all our belief system
Yeah.
was
That's right.
was virtually
Yeah.
taken away. We were
Exactly.
robbed of our belief system, and we were secularized,
Exactly.
which we did, which was,
Yeah.
and a lot of our warriors died in the hands of the
Yeah.
colonists. So now we are
Yeah.
left
Exactly.
with a bleeding heart. Our heart is bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
The Ummah is not weak.
Unfortunate, isn't it? Yeah. So,
The Ummah is not weak. It's just that we believe we are weak, but we are actually strong.
yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to read the comments from Brother Nafus, right? Israel is made out to be Europe, even though it is in the east. The Zionists, can do whatever they want. They even changed the capital from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Yes, yeah, that's right. And yeah, who else but Trump made that decision to change the capital? I mean, to transfer. Actually, Israel had always declared Jerusalem to be the capital. It's just that because the US had moved the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Therefore, it is implicit recognition that Israel's capital is Jerusalem. Okay, it's still not explicit, but because the US, being the superpower cowboys that they are, when they made such a decision to move their diplomatic mission, their embassy from one location to another, it's a tacit endorsement of that particular the particular line of thought, you see. So Brother Nefkus again. Brother has broken down hours of history and left the number. Thank you, Aki. I kind of cut out a lot of the story. Actually, there were a lot of events that happened in between, but because we don't really have much time, therefore, and I'm still waiting for people to come on. Okay. However, okay, I'm gonna read one last comment. Okay, power shifts happen in the Quran. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, things, empires rise and fall, leaders rise and fall. Okay, but Islam will always reign supreme, right? So, anyways, the live stream has been going on for 2 hours and three
Inshallah.
minutes, and there are 8 people watching the live stream. However, I think we're gonna have to end the stream, I guess, because it's been 2 hours. Nobody else is on the stream. And I think we have already said
Try,
a
try.
lot about the Palestinians, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so Brother HK, a mosque was just hit by IDF terrorists. Yep, I'm aware of this. This was in the West Bank. By the way, the mosque was in the West Bank. Of all places, they had to attack a mosque in the West Bank. Yeah, I saw the news on Al Jazeera just now, just a couple minutes ago. All right, so yeah, it's kind of weird that they attacked the West Bank. It's really weird. Okay, so
It's
it's
even
totally
weirder that
not.
it's a place of worship.
Yeah, it's a place of
They
worship.
attack a
Why
place.
would they want to attack? Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's really it's terrorism, right? It's terrorism. Yeah, like you said,
Yeah,
yeah, brother.
yeah,
Israel is committing acts of terrorism in the West Bank. Exactly. And I think it is the right time for the Palestinians to rise up and commit themselves to a third intifada. I think enough is enough.
they have a right
I
to
think
defend themselves.
yeah, exactly.
They have a right to
Palestinians
defend
have a
themselves.
have a right to defend themselves,
There
and they
is
have a right to establish their country, right? Yeah, go
there
ahead,
is
sister.
actually
Yeah, sorry.
a part of the UN accord. They say that if countries are being attacked, they have a right to defend themselves. So what the Palestinians are doing is defending themselves. It's not an act of terrorism at all.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. And I think they have full right to attack Israel, right? So it's a
yeah.
struggle that they
Defend,
have to commit themselves
defend
to
and attack.
defend themselves.
Yeah.
Not just defend themselves, but also attack as well. Because I
Yes.
think it's time to because in attack there is defense. Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
uh as you know, as the saying goes, the best form of defense is to attack, actually. Yeah, so this
Yes.
is
Yes.
how it
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
So brother HK says Palestinians need Jordan, Egypt, Saudi, all the Muslim nation. I don't know, Aki. I mean, look at all the Arab countries, what are they doing? All right,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Brother Nefhus, they have no respect for places of worship, hospitals, churches. They're doing a nakba. Yeah, I mean, these people are
Yeah.
godless people. You have to keep in mind that Zionism is a secular ideology. It has nothing to do with religion. It doesn't even have anything
Yep.
to do with Judaism, the religion that they claim to represent, by
No.
the way. So you have to
In
keep in
fact,
mind that
in,
Zionists are not religious. Yeah, they're
yeah.
secular. Yeah, go ahead, sister. Yeah.
In fact,
You were saying?
In Judaism, the Jews themselves admit that they're not allowed to have a land of their own. It's against their
Yeah,
religion because they believe in the
yeah,
formation of the land will only come after the Messiah has come. So that is their
has come.
assertion.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong to make
Exactly.
a land for them.
It's
Yeah,
wrong
we
to
can
to
share the
have to
link
establish a
later.
state until yeah, of course, I will do that inshallah later, right? So anyway,
Yeah,
yeah, so I
yeah,
think, wow, there's 10 viewers watching this live stream, but nobody's it's coming on. But anyways, I guess they're just listening to the show. But anyways, I'm sorry guys, but I have to end the stream now. Okay, so Sister
yeah.
Nini, anything you want to say before I let you go and we can end the
Long
stream,
live Al
inshallah.
Quds. Long live Al Aqsa. Long live Palestine.
Yeah,
We are
Palestine, Viva
behind.
Palestine, right?
We are
All
behind you.
right,
We are
okay, okay,
behind you.
all right, of course, okay. So, okay, sister, I have to let you go, right? Okay,
Yes. All right.
all
Assalamualaikum.
right. Walaikum salam. All right, so yeah, so I'm going to, of course, play the intermission, and then we will wrap this up, right? So intermission coming in right now. So, all right. So, thank you very much for joining the live stream. I guess you could say it was a success, although I don't know why nobody's coming on except for Sister Nini, and I think Brother HK was on for a while. But other than that, there weren't anybody else. Perhaps you guys just wanted to hear me talk again after having paused this show for quite a while. Yes, it's my fault actually for having to do that, but I had no choice because work was in the way. And yeah, I'm glad that I decided to do the live Q&A today, and hopefully probably not next week, but perhaps I don't know, maybe in the next 2 weeks, inshallah, I'll see if I can do this live Q&A session again. I'll what I will do is I will schedule the live Q&A sessions in advance, probably 1 or 2 weeks in advance, so that people will know when the event will start. Because I think if I were to do it like 24 hours before the actual session, nobody will know about it until it's too late. And perhaps you had something going on prior before I even do the event, right? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to schedule the live streams in advance so that people will know when the next event will be, and I will do that maybe three or four sessions in advance. All right. So before I go, I'm going to read Sister Rahima Abdul's comment. Free Palestine, of course. I wish I could show the opening live stream, the opening intro that I did for the live stream, but I think that might cause confusion because that was actually the announcement on when the stream will start. Okay, but anyways, once the live stream is over, you can just go back to the beginning of this video, and you can actually watch that opening. It's actually expressing support for Palestine, right? Anyway, thank you very much for joining this live stream. I really hope that you have enjoyed it as much as I have. Inshallah, I'll see you again in a future this live stream. I hope, and this time, and hopefully at that time you would come onto the live stream, because I don't want to be talking to myself only without any interaction from my audience. In any case, if you like this live stream, please do not forget to like this live stream. Of course, please do share and tell everyone about the existence of this channel and this live stream. If you want to donate, please do become a member. It's right there in the scrolling down there, right? You can actually become a paid member. I really hope that you will support me by becoming a paid member of this channel, because every dollar that you donate to me goes a long way. Okay, of course I don't expect to be super rich from it. Okay, it's not my intention to make money off this. I'm not David Wood. All right, so there you go. All right, it's like there. Okay, so I hope I can see the love and support from you by becoming a paid member at the very least, or maybe a super chat would be nice. Hey, $1 is fine. All right, for me. I'm not asking for more than $1. Okay. In any case, yeah, keep on supporting. If let's say yeah, if there's a reason why you wouldn't want to do that, then it's fine. I'm not forcing anyone to do it. Just show your support and love to the channel by coming on here and participating in the channel, yeah, in the future, inshallah. And yeah, I guess it's goodbye for now. Inshallah, I'll see you again in the future live stream or in a future video. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Four, five, six, seven. Bising lah orang tua tu hari ni. Bising. 10, 11.